the chapter 7 for the NFS, the first lab, and I'm gonna do the installation again. So it will be yum install -y NFS utils. So the service has been there and nothing to do actually. It's that hasn't been installed anything. So we do what it's shown here, the vim etc and id mapd .config. So we need to find out here the line where it says domain. So I'm gonna click like this and do domain. Click enter. And here it is where it says local domain edu. So what I need to do is to go there and to change first I need to uncommented it. So uncommented it, and then I'm gonna change to my domain, which is chaosnet.local, if you remember. Okay, and I'm gonna save this. Okay, so the next thing, the firewall. I need to do the services, to add the services. And there will be several, that's why we're gonna use the open braces. And the closed braces after this. NFS will be one of it. The other one will be mount D. The other one will be RPC-bind. Close the braces. And the zone, obviously, it's internal. And we need to do it permanent. Okay, and we need to reload the firewall. Okay, and the next we need to enable and to start several services. So we're gonna do system CTL. We do enable -- now, and we're gonna say RPC bind, and we do the same for NFS server, which is the service we need to do, and we check the status after this of both. Yeah, this is okay, and we check the same for the RPC bind. It's all right. Oh, okay, so everything's okay. We started it and we enable it, and we need to do some we need to create the sharing. We need to do some user. We need to allow some access on it after this. So we're gonna do group add. NFS users. Okay. we will create a directory where it will be accessible. So mkdir, we will create it into the var. It will be called nfs-data, and we do the user permissions here. Here it is chmod. We do 775. NFS data recursively. Okay, now we need to open exports. That's how they call, if you remember, the folders that it shares into NFS. Okay. And basically we need to create the line here. Where is the share folder? Var. Oops. Escape. Var. NFS data. And we need to put the network here, 192.168, from which will be accessible. .10, .0.24, and if you remember, we need to say without empty space. Remember, it's supposed to be together. So we open the bracket and we write down here RW, so everyone to be able to access it from this network and to write and to read. Then we're gonna save this. And we need to check, we need to export the changes, actually export fs-a. So now the export fs command is okay, and I could proceed with the phase 3, which is on the page 5, to go to the server 02 and to access the share which I did actually from there. So I'm gonna need to install the tools here as well. So first I'm gonna log in as a root. And then I need to install the NFS tools again. Yeah, I have them installed already. I mean, they're activated with the system. So now we need to enable. So we do system CTL. I enable RPC bind. And I will enable the, I need to start it as well, obviously. Need to check the status. It's okay, it's working. Well, actually, we need to see with the show mount command, we need to test the server configuration. So we do show mount -e. We need to do it by name. And as you see, it shows me the folder which is which has been exported, which has been created for this. Okay. Now we need to create a user which we're gonna use, and eventually we need to do some additional setups for it. So we're gonna create the Bruce user. So we do user add Bruce. We need to create the password for the user. Okay. Then we need to add it to the group. And the last thing, we need to do the user mode. A capital G fs dash users. We need to connect after this the shared folder to the local folder. So we need to create the locally folder which will be connected with this one, mkdir. We're gonna create a share folder, and we need to mount it now. T NTFS for SRV 01 local and var dash data, and we need to mount this to share. Okay. System actually is NFS, not NTFS. No, it's okay. And we're gonna log in as the user Bruce now. Password, well, it's the one. I will create a file there. We do test. I could call it actually NFS .txt. And we could validate that the file is persistent. Actually, we do ls-l var. Oh, we need to go and do this actually on this server here. So we do ls-l var NFS data. And as you see now, the test underscore NFS file has been created there, guys. So basically, that's almost done all of this. The last thing we need to do is to do the persistent, the mount to the server. So we're gonna do on the client Vim. We're gonna access the FS tab. Okay, and we're gonna do it the same way as they show here. We're gonna create our srv01.housenet.local colon var NFS dash data, and we're gonna do Share. And it would be NFS. Here. And we do also defaults. And we do 0 and 0. And we save the file. Oh, I didn't open it as properly as supposed to. So what I'll do here, like this, I need to do sudo so we do again vim. Let's see, stop. We'll do it again. So it will be srv01, that's the server name. chaosnet.local. And the NFS share on the server actually is the var NFS data, and on the local machine it is share, and the operating system is NFS, the file system is NFS. We're gonna put defaults and 0, 0, and then save it. And we're gonna do mount -a, and that means everything's fine. Now guys, if you reboot it, if we reboot, so we could reboot it and we could see so after the reboot I'm logging back. So I'll open the terminal, open on the full screen, and I'll log in as the root user. And I will repeat the command for actually to create the file there as Bruce. Actually. Okay, I'll find out the command. Yeah, I'm gonna create a file called test2_NFS, and if it's already in the FS tab, it's supposed to create the file. So when I check it here with the LSL, I'm gonna see the two files, which means after the reboot, whatever I did on the FS tab is persistent. So you have it persistent. Okay, save.